alcoholic ginger beer here that I made a couple of months ago. Really tasty. Nice cloudy ginger beer.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we've got I put in the first water hops. We put in the 60-minute hops. Now we're going to go in 45-minute, 10 grams each of Amarillo and Atanum. We'll pop that in there. There's my alarm. Thank you. So now the next hop addition is at 20 minutes. Which is in 25 minutes. Okay, so now we're right. So at 20 minutes we're going to add 15 grams each of Amarillo and Atanum, and we'll go in with our Irish moss as a clearing agent, and then we've just got our last hop addition, 5 minutes, 15 each of Amarillo and Atanum. If you you can see all the proteins sort of coagulating and that sort of thing. Alright, so we've got about in about a minute, we've got about 20 minutes left in the boil. I'm just going to put the water cooler in to sterilise it. Just make sure it's all sterilised. Just get the labels here. I'm just using a bottle cleaner at the moment because I still don't have a proper fitting. Okay. Alright, now I know about, what do we got? We're about to go in with some, with our 20-minute hop addition and our Irish moss. That's the alarm for that. Okay, so we'll go in with the hops, put those in. And we can go in with some Irish moss. About a teaspoon is sufficient. Alright, so we're going with a teaspoon of Irish moss. Okay, now our next hop addition is in at 5 minutes left of the boil. So as you can see, we've got 20 minutes left. Okay, so we're putting in our last hop addition now. The Amarillo and Atanum, 15 grams of each. Put those in now, and in about 5 minutes we'll start to cool the water down to 20 degrees, and then we'll transfer it to the carboy and pitch the yeast. Alright, the boil is finished, so we're just going to turn off the main element straight away. You can see, and then we're going to turn on the water. The water that comes out of the tap is really cold, so it shouldn't take too long to cool down the water. As you can see, I've got it running through here, back through here, and that probably take about 20 minutes or so to cool it right down. And so once it's cooled down to 20 degrees, we'll transfer it to the carboy, so we'll come back then. Okay, so we've been cooling the wort down for about 20 minutes now. It's now down to 35 degrees, so we've got another 14 degrees to go until we can transfer it to the carboy. But so far everything is going well.
I'll just stop there.
Alright, the water's now down to 22 degrees. So we can now take out the water cooler and begin to transfer it to the carboy. So just take out the water cooler. Okay, and now we can transfer it to the carboy. So everything here is sanitized, obviously. Okay, so we'll transfer it. This helps filter out a little bit of the malt that's left in there and help aerate the wort. So once we've transferred the water across to the carboy, we can take a hydrometer reading to see how our original gravity, see what our alcohol is going to be. It should be 1059, and then once we take the hydrometer reading, then we can pitch the yeast and put the airlock on. I'll probably put a blow off valve for the first 3 days and then a airlock after that. After about, well, I think I've made a yeast starter, so fermentation should be pretty quick. So after about 5 days, I'll probably transfer it to a secondary fermenter and leave it for another 7 days and dry hop it. Alright, so the wort's now transferred to the carboy. I'm just going to get the wort oxygenator, oxygenate the wort. So this is all sanitized. Just make sure it's on. Oxygenating the wort here with the pump. Making sure that there's a lot of oxygen in the wort for the yeast to eat. So we're just moving that around all through the wort, making sure it's nicely oxygenated. Alright, so we're just going to take a hydrometer reading to see what alcohol we're going to end up with. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to let that sit for a bit, let the bubbles go away. Meanwhile, we can pitch the yeast. So we've transferred the beer, we've aerated the wort, just sanitised this funnel. We can now pitch the yeast. Alright, so here's our yeast starter that's been out getting into room temperature for a few hours now. And we're ready to pitch. Alright, now I'm just going to get the blow off valve on. Before we do that, we'll just give it a bit of a mix. Make sure the yeast is mixed in well with the wort. Alright, so I've fixed up the blow-off valve. I've got just sitting in a jug of Star Sand. We've put the yeast in, and now it's just a matter of waiting for fermentation to begin. Cheers.
Yeast buddy!